Hi guys, I'm gonna do a subscriber request. It's to compare the careers of Himanshi, Khurana, and Shehnaaz Gill. I didn't do any research on either of these people, so I'm just doing it like from tarot cards and my intuition. I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so all right. So I'm going to make two separate piles to compare them. I mean, I already, before I started, I could start feeling their energies, and I feel like Himanshi Khurana's energy is like really driven and like focused on, I don't know if you can call it like a competitive energy, but like definitely she wants to win, you know, and so it would be really like, because I'm like a shy person, if I was around her, like I wouldn't want to go head to head with her, like get my dog to say to bark. So I was hoping you wouldn't do that, but just hang on 1 second. Sweetheart, come here. Come on. I think he's just barking at that cat. It's like, I'll see if he stops. Okay, so I'll keep going, choosing cards. Like maybe they come from like different backgrounds, like economically a little bit, like where Himanshi, like, I mean, maybe she was privileged, but like not as much or something as Shehnaaz Gill, and so like there might be this like trying to prove yourself vibe. Whereas maybe Shehnaaz is like just always had this perception of herself as, this is my life, like I'm allowed to be glamorous and have this, and like it's a different attitude. I apologize if I noticed on a previous video that because I don't speak like very clearly, the subtitles were kind of wrong. So that must be frustrating for people who are reading the subtitles. So I apologize for that. I can try to speak more clearly for the sake of the subtitles, but it will be like different for me because I'm pretty comfortable mumbling. But if I'm trying to be nice, maybe I should make an effort. Okay. All right, so I'll just keep choosing some cards. I feel like Himanshi could have like a temper. And I think she sees it like her temper being useful in terms of making things go right. Like, you know how, but you know, I wouldn't call her a diplomat, you know, like, because it feels like she's sort of surprising people with her fiery nature. Which could result in some like people deciding to like work slower for her. Like, it's like if you're like, go get me a coffee, and you say it really rudely, that person might take 20 minutes to come back because like they don't want to help you because you're not that nice when you talk to people. Something like that. I'm just giving you an example. I don't think that maybe happened, but I'm just saying, like, for instance. Yeah, so it's, I don't want to be mean. I'm just gonna tell you, like, I don't know these people. I'm just telling you what I'm picking up, okay? So don't get mad at me if you like have your own opinions about stuff. Okay, but I kind of feel like by sheer force of will, Himanshi Khurana has made her career, but like I feel like artistically, there's nothing that she's doing that like other people can't also do. So it's sort of like warriors, like who won the battle, like she's up for the fight kind of thing. She wants to dominate that type of work or whatever, and so she's gonna like put all her power and energy into like making it happen. But that doesn't mean like she would be the best if she's an actor or whatever. I'm not sure what she does, but like the best whatever she is. Other people would be as good or better than her, but she's like determined. You know, that's the major vibe I get from her. Whereas Shehnaaz like has this kind of, I don't know if you can call it like this, like he's in the tarot cards, there's like the Empress cards. So she's just like sitting down and surrounded by all her abundance and just kind of chilling there. And I feel like Shehnaaz's energy is more like that, where she doesn't have to work really hard to get results. But in a, oh my God, my dog. Okay, come here, buddy. Wants to play ball. Okay. Okay. I thought it was safe to do this in the morning when he's a bit more relaxed. Oh, he's still playing with the cat. I'm gonna try to pretend it's not working. Okay, wait, it sounds like it. What is it? Hey, Kevin, move. Okay. Let's just get back into it. Anyway, so what I was saying about Shehnaaz is like like as opposed to, oh my God, Himanshi, like Shehnaaz isn't making enough effort. I feel, because she's just like, what? This is what do you want? Come on, come on. Okay, I don't know what to get my dog. Okay. I feel like if Shehnaaz Gill makes more of an effort learning the craft of acting with a coach, if that's what if acting is what they do, I don't even know. But whatever it is that their job is, it would be good to do some self-development. I think someone's mad I'm doing this reading. My dog is barking so much. Okay. Can you just take it? All right. This dog. Okay. He's so cute, but all right. So she needs to take if she wants long-standing success, like international success, and I'm just gonna assume that it's acting that they do. Shehnaaz needs to get like one or two acting coaches, and I would say like more than one, because everyone has something different to teach you, you know, and so we give it more dimension. And you also don't want to get like too heavy into like just like a one like student teacher relationship where the power dynamic is of the teacher might be too strong and manipulative. So if if that teacher knows that you have other teachers, they're going to be less like possessive and taking credit for your success or like things like that. Um, oh my god. Maybe I don't even need cards like I'm shuffling. But someone's super pissed that I'm doing this reading. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just a second. Buddy, come here. Come here. Come here. I'm just gonna give him something. Wait. Okay. Hopefully that will work for 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, so one of the questions that the subscriber had was like comparing their careers and the longevity of their careers and how much money they would make and whatever. I feel like Himanshi is very good at um being paid more because she has this very strong, aggressive energy. She's able to convince people to like give more, um despite like the value that she's giving back, or you know what I mean, like they might not be equal or something like that. She's just very, like it's kind of like sports. Like if you think of her as like a soccer star, you know, who has like an amazing like sports agent and manager and stuff, and they're able to like get like an amazing deal because they're excellent negotiators, but they might not be in the end like the greatest team member, let's say. And so the vibe is kind of like that. I feel like Shehnaaz like has a bit of like self-esteem issues, and she's aware she's able to do what she does well, but she does things that self-sabotage, um, either through like self-defeating thoughts or like doing impulsive actions that aren't wise like in the long term. um and also by not continuing to do that self development, like just sort of sitting pretty in the place where she is. So which I'm gonna call like laziness, but it's not like extreme laziness. I'm just saying like she's not trying to move forward and evolve and you know become the greatest version of herself. She's like operating at a really low level of effort compared to what she could offer people, which would give her more joy and satisfaction and like this childlike enthusiasm for what she does. Whereas I think she tends to like read people's reviews of her and like kind of get her energy from that, which is like a really weak source of energy compared to like divine inspiration and connection and intuition and like things that are reconnected with what like power is, which is like universal energy, instead of just reading sort of secondhand chit chat of like what already was, or you know what I mean, like that's like a weaker form of information, that she's too susceptible to criticism and it's wasting her time when she could be doing self-development or traveling more and just like experiencing different, like you know how like in the story of uh forgive me if I get this wrong, but I read it when I was like a teenager, which was like last century, but but like in the story of Siddhartha, right? Like I think if I'm not mistaken, he was like a prince, and then he like went in disguise and saw like how real people were living and stuff, and it really opened his mind. I feel like she needs to do something like that where she to make her a better, let's say she's an actress, like to make her better at that, she needs to kind of experience that, like whether she stays with a family for 5 days, like who are poor and working hard, and just sort of getting the vibe of like what that's like, so that she's better able to like portray that in a role, or just have like more depth to her personality. Um and yeah, I feel like in terms of the question the subscriber had about how long each of their careers would be, I feel like Himanshi could get like 20 years out of uh, what she's doing, but eventually, like, she'll piss off enough people through her kind of aggressive nature, um, that like she won't have the best team to negotiate for her anymore as much, and people will be kind of tired of her behavior. So they'll kind of just like drift away. Like it won't be an obvious like, okay, she's done. It's not like how some careers are ending in Hollywood today, where it's just like you write one bad tweet and you're out like for life. It's not like that. I feel like it's just like a gentle erosion that will happen. Maybe after 10 years, like there'll just be kind of less opportunity. And I guess the guidance I feel like for her spiritually is like for her to invest in, like, while she has some extra money, to invest in like property, like a hotel or like a condo or something, like where she would get like um income from that to like take the pressure off having to hustle for acting stuff. um and then yeah, for Shehnaaz, it's like her lazy attitude and like feeling like she already achieved everything, like just believing the hype and all that stuff will could potentially cause an end to her like marriage or relationship, like whatever is going on there, like that kind of lazy attitude about not like growing and learning and enriching your life and becoming a better actress, or just you know experiencing new things, like that kind of dry, if she just sort of stays complacent, um it's going to turn off her partner, and she'll end up just playing these really like B team kind of roles where it's just like attractive woman does A, B, and C. Like it's not like the main role. Like she'll be like the secondary character kind of thing. Um, but it's within her grasp to do much more. It's like, will you take it? Will you change your life and your habits? Like spend less time like chit-chatting with your friends and spend more time on self-development. And then you'll have really actually something interesting to talk about when you see your friends the next time. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of just bitching about like minor like first world problems kind of stuff. Uh, Sorry for being so um like hardcore with my but this is just what I'm getting at. Um My dog wants to get on the lap. Okay, you want to come up? Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay. This is the guy that was making all that noise. Um. All right. Yeah. So I answered the question about Himanshi, how long her career feels like right now. these are like, just keep in mind that anything I tell you is like the energies of what is around now that they're creating and working with. But if they decide to change their habits, or that, this reading could change, but having said that, so Shinaz's career could actually be shorter than Himanshi's if Shinaz doesn't get off her ass and like get a couple of acting coaches that'll get her out of her comfort zone. And if she doesn't like expand her horizons and like just get away from your five best friends and like do different stuff, like if you think of close friendships that are really needy, if you think of them not so much as like supportive or entertaining, like, and you think of them as like shackles, that keep you from expanding and learning, and like her friends aren't really her friends if they're afraid of losing her, let's say. Like they're not like giving true love and support if they need to be like always up in her grill, like needing to know everything and giving their 2 cents, and like that's like it's like a friend of me, like it's a power dynamic. And it's actually like terrible. Like like a real friend would be like imagining you having your best life, whether that friend is around or not, like. And it's like, what are you doing to expand like your true essence and your mission in life, like. And they should be, you know more concerned with that. So I just feel like, how like when rich people might have a group of friends who like having their lunch paid for, or like the kind of people who like drink wine in the daytime. Like these are not people who are gonna like make your life better or your career grow. Like you really have to have an independent vision of where your life is going and go for that. And whoever comes along and walks with you, then great. There's going to be people once you become more determined and you walk with like that kind of determination. There's going to be people who walk away from you because they don't want to go there, and then there's other people who will join you later on up the road. I really feel like someone doesn't want me to do this reading because it's like this choky. It's like they want my voice to stop or something like that. I feel that pressure. So I'm just gonna keep going. Um, so okay. Uh, so yeah, so she needs to really clear her mind, like of the chatter of her friends and like people who need her to be like this, that, or the other in their life. And she needs to go like, what are my passions? What do I care about? Like if she really cares about her relationship, she needs to like put in the time to like make that blossom and like remove the critic element of it. It's like really look at what you're doing and say like, how am I making this such a great and memorable relationship? Am I doing like little petty obnoxious things that could like undermine this? Am I making sure that this relationship is expansive and learning and like a place where like people would love to spend time in? Or is it just this kind of cloistered, suffocating, predictable space? It's like, I guess they say like a healthy relationship is kind of three things. It's like you with your life and your mission, them with their life and their mission, and then the third element is like the relationship. So you really always have to let there has to be this independent aspect to each person in the relationship that is valued. So that might mean not spending every waking minute together, not taking your husband to like girls' brunch and like just kind of ruining their life with too much like estrogen or like, too much stuff that they just wouldn't do if they had the choice. You know what I mean? So you have to like let them be them. And then you have this understanding that like you come together to do the relationship, but you also let each other be the person you were before you got together with that you found attractive. Because you might not want to marry a guy who's always having brunch with a bunch of women. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't that before you married him, so why would you want to turn him into that kind of thing? So I just kind of feel like Shehnaaz has like the habit of like slowly, like a slow death, like slowly suffocating a partner in the brackets of like this is love, but that's not love. That's like control and like not growing. So to answer it, like that's a long answer to the question of like I feel like Shehnaaz will only like work for 8 more years if she continues to have this like suffocating attitude to her own life and career and her relationship. Um, and her vibe is kind of like a hermit. I don't know if she's a Virgo or whatever, but like um her vibe is like a hermit. So like if everything kind of fell apart, she would just kind of have an elegant apartment and like have cozy things around and just kind of live her life out without a lot of hoopla. Um, whereas Himanshi's just like a real like go getter. Like the kind of image I get is like like when you're harvesting food in the fields and stuff like that, like there's a big machine that's like a combine or something that just like plows or collects everything and then like puts it in a haystack. And I feel like that's her vibe. Like, look out. Um, Two very, very different people. Okay, wait, just 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so I didn't even look at cards because I was able to read other energy. Anyway, yeah, I don't really see the point in looking at the cards right now. So I'll just see what else I pick up about them in terms of the questions the subscriber had. Like honestly, like I feel like the vibe I get is that the entertainment industry that these people are in, if they're actresses, they don't do a lot to like. They tend to hire people that are like already known or like there's some I don't know like class system or something like that. Like I don't feel like they're doing. I don't feel like the casting people are doing a good job of like discovering new talent. Like I feel like there's a lot of like really really talented actors where they're from that are not being nurtured and like I feel like that's like a problem. So I would encourage people who are passionate about like actors like this to if you know people who are talented or you want to like nurture talent or become like a dog is mad. Oh, sorry. Wait, just 1 second. Okay, go ahead. I would encourage you to like photograph and like take a little video of them talking or whatever and like get their name and number and like create your own kind of actor agency to promote the talent of like undiscovered people and kind of create a secondary industry, entertainment industry that's not so much like based on just rich people deciding to act and like it just doesn't feel like I want it to feel more artistic like what these people do. Um and there's so much like beauty and art that can be expressed like by other people and like when you have like a phone that's capable of capturing video and stuff and that's high quality, there's your movie camera. So I would just like encourage anyone who's watching this who's really passionate about film or acting or whatever to create your own films. And there's like 1,000,001 film festivals, and you don't have to show up to them if they're in another country or whatever. And often, if you make something that is like 10 minutes or 20 minutes long, not like 2 hours, it's easier to get that programmed in a film festival because there's less competition for the smaller works, and then you get these talented people out there. You get your work out there too if you're the one who's directing it or producing it. I kind of feel like I want. Okay, oh my god, why are you so mad? Shh, relax. Anyway, I think. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, go ahead. We have to end this video soon because my dog is on. I really want you guys to feel inspired to like you can do it. Like if you love acting and you love films, you can do it. Like you can film the talented people or the people who have like a really cool look or an amazing voice, or they don't even have to talk, but they just look compelling, or you just feel like you want to tell a little story. Like do it, get it out there. Like these two women can't like it would be good for them, for these two actresses to be challenged by other really talented people so they bring their game up, which in the end will make them happier as people. So you can see it as doing them a favor if you're like a huge fan of theirs by getting on your own career as a director, casting agent, or talent promoter, or like filmmaker where you're just doing stuff on your phone. So if anybody does decide to make like their own film with their friends, like please let me know, but in the comments or sending me a message. Like I'll be so happy for you, because I really feel like the people watching are either very talented themselves in this field or know people who are and can just make it happen. And just be present, like you're living your life, like be present. And if you've had like an image of doing something or being successful, like God put that in your mind to go like, this is something you can have. So you just have to go like, okay, I'll do that. You know what I mean? Like instead of carrying the burdens of the past or like believing negative comments from people, it's like take your cues from inspiration instead of from your neighbors or your family, because like divine guidance is better, right? And it's not fearful. So because you don't want to live your life in fear, it should be like a celebration and expansion, and just like one yes after another yes, you know what I mean? So Yeah, so let me know if you guys make a little film, even if it's 5 minutes of just something you think is cool or smart or insightful, or just even if you're just filming people walking by on the street. Like in 20 years, that street will look different and it's fascinating. Like don't feel intimidated, like, oh my God, it has to be perfect. Like just do something, you know? And then if you want to make a change, like change it. You know what I mean? Like just start. And because sometimes when people are like fans of actors, it's because you like that genre, and like you maybe you're interested in acting too. Like so don't just like put all the power in the hands of these two people who are living their life a certain way. Like one person, you know, Himanshi's like competitive, go-getter, and Shehnaaz is like just kind of sitting in her glory, but not like doing too much. So you have your own like amazing story of your life that's like glamorous and fun and you know expressive and creative. So like just do that and enjoy it. Yeah. So I'm interested in your feedback, and if you guys want me to do another reading, it's fun to do readings on people I know nothing about. Like, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I wish you a happy day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.